because that one allows you to travel within East Africa. If you're in West Africa, they have their own version of the temporary passport, because that one can expire after 6 months or 1 year, because they know that it's not like in 5 years or 10 years passport as we get used to. It is the same passport like the passport book. The difference is this one expires within 6 months or 3 months. This one expires after 10 years and is a passport book. This one, the paper, you can travel within your region just in East Africa, because you don't need a visa, because you cannot put a visa to go to the US embassy. I want a visa on that small piece of paper. So that is something. So if you don't have the passport and you don't have the temporary passport, please don't apply. Because you'll win, you'll pay for the medical, you'll pay for the visa fee, and they will deny you the visa. I guarantee you. It will be like, oh, it's unfair. Don't hit the player. They play by the rule. Even if I'm the consular officer, I'm denying you the visa. Because if you have applied without the passport, you are likely to become a fraud person, to become a scam. What if you have applied another application with another name and say you don't have the passport? How can I know? No matter what, US government is protecting every single way for the security of America. There is a difference between US and Europe. In Europe, a police officer is allowed to stop you at any point and ask you, show me your papers, your immigration status. In the United States, you are not allowed to stop me. What criteria have you used to stop me? I'm black, or I look like a Mexican, I look like Arab. Do I look, because you can be white and you can be from Poland or from another country. So that's why, to avoid that one, is a constitution that you are not allowed to stop anybody. Arizona one time wanted to pass that law. It was unconstitutional to stop anybody, unless otherwise it's a checkpoint, like in the border. Everybody will be stopped and be asked that question. Not just like, okay, you see someone, okay, this person is just having a hoodie, is wearing. No, that is not happening. So for that particular case, you can come here and disappear in the forest or off the grid. No one can be able to do anything with you. They cannot catch you. So for that particular case, the first line of defense of America is the embassy. So they will do everything to be possible that even if you disappear, we want to be a normal person, not to take a chance of bringing someone who is not possible, a good person to be able to apply and cause trouble in America. So that is very important. That's why I'm explaining more about that one when it comes, is just the aspect of the passport. Then the last two, which are critical, is number of children and marriage. Marriage, you can have excuse in one way or another. I'll tell you why. Let's go to the children. When we say children, we don't mean the neighbor's children. We don't mean your brother's children. We don't mean your sister's children. You don't mean whatever. Family is Baba, which is a father, Mama, which is a mother, and children. Full stop. Don't bring other extended family like in African context. Oh, my mother is dependent. No, dependents are yourself, your spouse, and children. So, by children, we mean your biological children. If you are legally married to someone, legally married, the children, if you married to someone who has children, those are your stepchildren. You are allowed to add your stepchildren and adopted children. Adopted children, not because you paid for school fees, not because you gave them chapat or you gave them pilau or jollof or rice, whatever. No, it's because you went to the court of law and have a full custody that these, from now on, I've adopted this person legally by the court of law. Out of that, that is not your child. So the question is, number of children. If we put 0, while you have a child, if you win the DV lottery, you go to add those children, you will be denied the visa right away. So, for that particular case, make sure that if you are in Dubai, you are in Qatar, you are in Uganda, you are in another country, you are in another city, make sure that you get the photos of your children right now, ready to go. Don't wait to the last minute and the person in the cyber cafe says, oh, don't worry, we'll add them later. No, that person doesn't know the regulations. They want just your money to apply. If you win the DV lottery and you didn't put that child, you'll be denied the visa if you come to bring them. Maybe we decide to deny, I don't have the child for the rest of your life, you come alone. But if you add them, game over. you are going to be denied the visa. And the last part is, but the question is, what if a child is born after applying? There is no problem. You'll be able to add. If you are applying today, the child is born tomorrow, it's going to be born tomorrow, there is no problem. But the day you are applying, if you have a child that day, doesn't matter whether the child is 1 day old, you must have a photo of that child. But you cannot have the photo of a pregnant woman that is the child. No, the child has to be born. So there is no problem. You can add the child later. And the last part is the marriage or marital status. There is no girlfriend status. There is no fiancé status. Fiancé. There is no all this kind of status. No matter how many years you have lived with someone, if you are a spouse, are you married? Yes, I know there are some people that marry in customary marriage or traditional marriage, whatever it is. If you marry on the traditional marriage, it's okay. You can say you are married, but you cannot be given the visa until you have the marriage certificate from the government. So you have to go to register your marriage. Despite you want to go to register, they'll give you the certificate of today, but to reflect that you have been living with this person you have been married with this person for a longer time. So there is no difference about the date of the certificate. It's just like when I go today to get my new birth certificate. Yes, you'll be given the passport, the birth certificate today, but showing I was born in September 1991. So that's something you need to know. But there are some people that are going to put their friends. There is this notion, if you are married, you'll be having more chance. No. The more chance of being a winner is if the husband has a passport, is applying as a main applicant, adds the wife. And the wife has the passport, is allowed to add the spouse, the husband. If one applies, if you are married, it doesn't help you anything. You are one application, unless otherwise both are applying also as many applicant. And in addition to that, failure, if you add your girlfriend or any person who's not your wife or your husband, they catch you, will be denied the visa. So that is something very, very critical, important. But what if you get married after the results are out or after applying? There is no problem. You are okay. You are going to add that particular person. So those are the key issues. But one thing I can add is this way. Let's say you are allowed to add a child who is under the age of 21 and married. Under 21 and unmarried. If you're above 21 and above, you cannot, because if you add the date of birth, it will say this person is above the age of 21 and above. So if you force, that means you'll be lying. That means you'll be caught that you have cheated by changing the year. So you can apply if, let's say, your husband, you are the father, you apply, you say you have a child who is 19. But if that child also has a passport, that child has the opportunity to also apply as independent. Does that make sense? So if you are under the age of 21, convince your parents to apply, they add you and they apply you, so you have more chances. But what if you are a stepchild in this family? This family will claim you and your biological parent will claim you too. So you have more chances of winning. So those are the different ways how to increase the chances. Those are legal ways. It's not something crazy. But overall, this is a free application through the official government website. There is no any agents, any company is partnered with the government to help you in any other way. There is no way that there is any person who will be able to speed up your application. Because we get used to the cutting the corner and giving someone a chai, giving someone some corruption, that doesn't work here. So don't pay to any organization or company. They say they'll apply for you. Just make sure that you apply for free. If you win, that's a different story. But application is free through a government website. And to know this is the US government website, at the end it will have .gov.government.gov at the end. Any website without .gov at the end, that is not US government website. And because the US federal government, but the Department of State, which is like Foreign Affairs, Department of State is the one who is in charge of the lottery system. That means the website will have the word .state. So that's why the website is www.dvprogram.state.gov. DV program, DV stands for the diversity visa, which is a program. So DV program .state, state means the Department of State, .gov means the US government. And nobody has ever produce another website with exact domain name of .gov like the United States of America. So apply for free. If you don't win, it's okay. You can apply next year. But reduce any ways of not winning. Like the background of the photo must be white. You are using red or blue. Why? Don't wear glasses, you wear glasses. Don't wear uniform, you are a security guard, you are wearing the uniform. You feel that is cool. No, it's not cool. You have to take the photo in advance, make sure that you know everything, how to do, how to go about it. And it's very, very easy. So avoid anything will cause you to have the automatic rejection. If you apply, you make any mistake, but you complete the application, don't try to correct it. There is no way to correct it. Some people, they're going to do another application. No. Duplicate application is automatically punching your head out. You are not even going to be considered for the selection because you have done duplicate application. So those are the key issues you need to know. Each person has one application. Each person has the equal opportunity of winning.